What's up, man? It's going better. I've been playing Dread since I got home. Actually, that's pretty much what I've been playing today, is just that. Didn't really play this much today. Is it not showing up? Should be. Oh, there you go. Sorry. Let's see, are there any carries? I missed out on carries today because I didn't play this that much. Hey, thank you. I'm still recovering from yesterday. I'm just gonna relax. I'll probably play some Metroid in a bit. I just wanted to hop on here for a little while. Let's see, do I have a Power Fist? I just needed some time away. I took a break. I think I might be streaming less, or just doing less in general. I work too hard and it just doesn't pay off. That's just the reality of it. I need to do less. I mean, I barely have any money left, but the fact that I bought Metroid for myself. I really needed to do that. And I've been enjoying it, despite its shortcomings. Which I'll probably talk about when I finish the game. Hey, that's good to hear. Sorry I haven't really been around talking to you and stuff. I've just kind of... I take on a lot of stress in my other job, and my own stress too. I think yesterday was kind of a wake-up call. I need to try to focus on myself more. I try to help everybody. I try to care for everybody, and I think like I do too much sometimes. Don't even really need anything from here at this point, do I? Yeah, I hope you realize you don't deserve that harassment. It's honestly garbage that small PP people like to harass women on the internet just for existing. It's not fair, it's not right. It sucks that it's a reality of being a woman on the internet, but just know you're worth it, you're not worthless. The people who do that to you are worthless. You have value, you have merit, and people who do that to you do not. No, you're not streaming to make money. You can't accommodate everybody. You have to realize that too. You're not trying to make any money off your channel. You don't owe anybody shit. You need to realize that too. You don't owe anybody anything. Do what you feel is right. I don't think there's anything to really do on him right now. It's too close to reset. Let's play, either gonna play these two, or I think I'll work on the agents today. Yeah. Resets in like an hour, so nobody's gonna be doing carries at this hour. It's too late. Yeah, go ahead and run through his fatigue. Wow, 15-day contract, not bad. That's nice. The thing about content creation too is, even when you do owe people stuff, like you have like subscriptions or constant donations and stuff, like you still have to take care of yourself. Lots of people like borderline kill themselves streaming. And you're not in that position, so people want to leave just because you're trying to not, you know, subject yourself to a harassment. I mean, that's totally normal. You don't deserve it. It sucks that you have to deal with it, but you don't deserve it. Yeah, I have imposter syndrome too. I deal with it all the time. Constantly. That's why I had that breakdown yesterday. There are people worth focusing on in life, but I've learned that even they can leave. You really only have a select few people that you can trust. It sucks, but that's kind of a life lesson I had to learn. I mean, you know about the people that have left my life. I've told you about that. I still struggle with the reality of that a lot. I've still got great people in my life. I've got the cats. I've got my neighbor's family. My family constantly tells me I'm not a failure and stuff. You know, I still have people that I can rely on. One of the things I've learned about being abused myself is you have to stop blaming yourself. It's not your fault. I've been verbally and mentally abused. Well, physically abused too. I got assaulted a couple years ago. It sucks to deal with the survivor's guilt, but you have to come to terms with the fact that shit is not your fault. Not everything bad that happens to you is your fault. And that's something I've learned the past couple years. Coming to terms with, you know, people were toxic to me. I was not the one that was toxic. I mean, everybody's toxic at some point in their life. But in this situation, the situations I was in, people were treating me like shit. And I kind of just had to learn to stop blaming myself. Yeah, I've cared too much for people who weren't worth it. Fuck that guy. Fuck him. His dick shrunk like 10 inches when he said that to you. Fuck him. I've had to come to terms that I've been abused. Stopping the blaming of myself for shit that's not my fault is something that I've been working on. It's one thing to take accountability for things you do that are wrong or bad, but things aren't your fault. You have to stop doing that. That's something I'm still learning. You need to look at it this way. Most people can't even take responsibility for bad things that they do. So people like us need to not blame ourselves for shit that's not our fault. People treat us like garbage. That's something I've had to learn the past couple years. Accepting that some people were just complete dickwads to me. And it fucked me up mentally, but at least I can come to terms with the fact that it's not my fault. It's very important. What do I get next? I might be able to get those today. Yeah, most trolls on the internet are really pathetic people in real life. You're out here doing something constructive. Just because you don't make money off your channel, you're still doing something you enjoy. And that's more than a lot of people can do. They need to bring down others because it makes them feel better about themselves, which is the definition of toxic. I've got a lot of people saying horrible things about me because of Dynasty Warriors 9. People were like legit making me cry. And I just had to realize, just fuck those people. Sure, I'm not making enough money to be babysitting stupid people. I don't have anything better to do than be offended by the fact that I did have some fun playing that game. Some people just can't get over themselves. I'm gonna save that ticket until 99. I want to get through his fatigue, and then I'm gonna go straight on Hitman. And then I think I'm gonna play some more Metroid, because I think I'm getting close to the end of that game. Seems like I'm getting pretty close. Well, in terms of likes and dislikes, it sucks when you're small and a bunch of trolls just dislike you because you don't share the same stupid opinion that they have. It doesn't really mean anything. Even large, like, corporations and shit, they turn off the likes and dislikes. Because of the hive mind mentality, especially on this site. People will hate something just because everybody else hates it instead of forming their own opinion. Just the fact that people can't see the likes and dislikes, it prevents a lot of the hate bombing. Also, you just can't please everybody. You can't. You need to please the people that matter. Fuck everybody else. You can still be a good person and not bend over for people who aren't worth it. Unfortunately, a lot of people are not worth it. I learned that the hard way. How can anyone say you want attention when you don't have a webcam and you don't sell yourself out? What the fuck? That makes no sense. You don't have a webcam. You don't sell out at all. You don't take donations. Like, how the fuck can someone say you want attention? I mean, that doesn't even make any sense. The audacity of some people. You don't do any of the things that would even give people any kind of reasoning to you wanting to sell out. That makes zero sense. Generally, people without webcams, regardless of their gender, are not trying to sell out because they want the focus to be on the game and not their appearance. It's mind-boggling that people are giving you shit for that. Oh, hello, Cack Attack. Yeah, I'm gonna burn through this fatigue and play some Metroid.
私の助けが必要だって？私を誰だと思っ？私に何かご用でしょうか？本から得られる知識はあなたの力となるでしょう。
Oh, well, the Genshin community is... Genshin community is very immature. And I think a lot of that stems from the fact that it's like the most popular gacha game in the world, pretty much. And people don't understand how those kinds of games work. They don't play like any other service games like this. I know the Genshin community is acting like babies over the fact that their anniversary didn't have any rewards or something. Like, you guys haven't played any service games. You expect crazy rewards all the time. I've played tons of service games over the years. It's actually uncommon. Usually in like the first quarter of a new year. Because they're trying to get people to spend money. Yeah, I heard they were like harassing the voice actor of one of the new characters because she's not a meta character. I'm like, dude, how immature can you be? It's not the fucking voice actor's fault that the character is not meta. And from what I understand, as somebody who doesn't play that game, is like it barely has an end game in the first place. Like, the game is supposed to be balanced around the fact that you can clear crap characters. It's not like some of the stuff I used to play, like KOF All-Star. You know, you have to have those meta characters. You have to have at least some of them. There's nothing in the game that warrants having all of them, but you do need someone that can do all the content. What I understand, Genshin is not like that. I can't believe they're harassing the fucking voice actors. Like, grow a pair. Come on. Definitely proof that some people don't deserve anything good in their lives. They act like that to others. It's like not their fucking fault. It's a shame, really. Like, the voice actor didn't slash your tires or like raid your fridge and steal your leftover pizza. They voiced a character in a video game, and like everything involving the development is not their fault or even their decision. Grow the fuck up. Well, even if that guy does get shit for free, you get it by working hard and growing a brand and making content that brands want to support. You don't get it by just sitting around and shit posting. That's where a lot of that jealousy comes from. People want free things, they don't want to work for it. Being a content creator is work. Hard work. And if the Twitch leak from last week is any indication, most people don't even make minimum wage, so... Get free shit by working hard, not by harassing voice actors and shit posting. Posting porn. I don't get much stuff for free. I do get some things for free, but I work my ass off. I work extremely hard. And I started out with nothing. I had to work to get to where I am, even though I'm not really a success or anything. I understand the frustrations, you know, not being able to get noticed and stuff, but you can't, like, you can't discount people's work. Unless they cheated to get there, which is a very real thing that happens too. Even if that guy did get something for free, the guy is busy actually working. Actually working at a job. Not sitting at home in their pajamas, shitposting. It's really hard for people to understand. You need to work at something to get rewarded. You have to do something constructive that brands want to support. The other thing about Genshin, if people are really that upset that there's not meta characters, I'm like, that's every gacha game is like that. You're not really expected to get everything unless you're putting like an unhealthy amount of money in the game. I mean, if the game is actually any decent, like Genshin, you don't really need those characters. I mean, sure, it's nice to have a couple. It might really help you to build teams and clear the content, but you don't need all of them. Especially in gacha games like that, where there's like lots of characters. Like some of them are just designed for a specific role. They're designed to be like a support role, or you know, they're really good at like one kind of content. Like, you're not really expected to get them all. They're not really supposed to suit everybody. But what's nice about gacha games is if you skip one character and you save up whatever the resource is to make the pull, then you can get the other one pretty much guaranteed. I know for a fact what little I know about Genshin. As somebody who doesn't play it, I've never even touched the game. It's not interesting to me, but it's not really possible to get all the characters free to play anyway. I think it's actually designed in a way where you're indirectly rewarded for skipping characters because you can get the next one that you want basically for free. Yeah, there's lots of people playing it. They have no idea how that type of game works, and they're blaming the developers and shit and harassing the voice actors over things that every gacha game does to varying degrees. They're basically, especially ones like KOF All-Star and Genshin, where there's like dozens of characters, like, you're not supposed to get them all. You get the ones that suit your needs or the ones you think are cool, if you like how they play or whatever, and that's it. I don't have all the characters on PDR, I'm still missing a few. I don't even know if I like them, so... They're like Pokemon games where It's not really designed for you to get everybody. It's basically what gacha games are. At least ones like that, where collecting the characters is a big part of the gameplay. And also, having every character be power crept, being a power creep character is terrible design. Because it directly hurts the people that invest in the game for more money. That's what's driving people away from KOF All-Stars. Every character that they add, almost all of them are meta. And it essentially forces people to spend money. Like, it's actually good when a character in those kinds of games is like not top of the line, super power creep. So that's what KOF All-Star does wrong. That's how they've screwed up that game. Is power creeping it like literally every month. There's not even really anything to use them on anyway. Like even in that game, with like how bad the power creep is way worse than Genshin. You don't really need all those characters. The characters in that game are pretty much designed around specific roles. They're good for certain modes. But I still quit that game because I got tired of what they were doing. But realistically, if I ever decided to go back into that game hardcore, I could clear pretty much everything with the characters I already have. There's nothing really stopping me. I have enough on that account. You know, I don't have like the last 10 characters or so they added because I quit a couple months ago. But I don't really need them. It really is just Pokemon, but you're not expected to get everybody. The thing about Genshin is if they did make every character meta, then people would complain about that too, because it would be impossible to get these characters for free. So I played Honkai Impact for a while, and like you had to save up for months to get a character. I mean, this game is not a gacha game. This game predates gacha games by like 10 years. Well, not 10 years, maybe like 7 years or so. This game is not a gacha game. You get the characters for free whenever they add somebody. It's just it is very similar in the way that you're not supposed to like play every character. If you played every character on this game every day, you would have no time to like do literally anything else in your life. And just like a gacha game, you focus on the characters you like the most. You don't create every character, there's no reason to. You really only need a couple alts. You definitely do make more money. You have more income in the game if you make a lot of alts, but then you have like literally no life. You play this shit like 18 hours a day. Yeah, that's a common problem with gacha games, is ridiculous power creep, but then nothing to use it on, so it's like, it sucks that, you know, the characters aren't good or whatever, or there's too many good characters, but there's like nothing to really use them on anyway, so you don't really need them. But gacha games really, they prey on human nature. It's human nature to want things you don't have. The fact that all the banners are like limited and shit, it makes people want to get everything. It's either a ridiculous amount of money or luck. Well, some power creep is necessary. yes, but it has to be balanced in a way that it's not excessive. Which was the problem with KOF All-Star. Like, I stopped playing around the time that Special Signature Kyo and Iori got added. Iori is already useless. Kyo is already falling off, and that was earlier this year. That was like back in the summer, not that long ago. And that character, he's not useless yet, but the last two they added completely break the game. So it's like, even though I could still clear all the content with... I could install the game again right now and play it, and I could clear, like, all the content with what I have. It's legit garbage that I invested all that time and money in that game, and almost all those characters I built up are useless. And they do it, like, literally every month. Like, there's no time to breathe. That's what the problem is, in my opinion. You have to power creep at some point, because otherwise people aren't going to spend money. But you can't screw over the people that are, like, legit investors. People that are spending time and money, or if they're like me. If they're like me, they, you know, they make guides and shit for the game. If you push those people away, then you're doing a shit job. You can't push away the people that support you in these games, because these games are, like, funded by, like, the top 1 or 2% of the people that play them. Everybody else, of course they help, but they're not heavy spenders. They're not people, you know, dumping significant parts of their income into the game every month. That's what makes these games successful. Unfortunately, people like me that don't have the disposable income to spend, you know, crazy amounts of money, that don't matter much in the grand scheme of things. You have to keep the whales happy, and if you piss off the whales, then your game is going to die. It's plain and simple. The costumes have stats, but everything can be... You can get everything with gold. It's just... A lot of the good items are so expensive that you probably would have to either get a lucky drop or spend money. But spending money in this game is... It's not like a gacha game. They do have these things here, these lost treasures or loot boxes. But you don't even really have to interact with them. They're just kind of there. Most people, they make money in this game. They either, they buy packages and they sell them to people, which is essentially like legal gold buying. Because you're supporting the game, you're not supporting some shady site. Or they get their characters up to a point where they can sell raids and stuff, carries. That's a legit way to make money, but to get to that point, you pretty much have to spend money on the game. Pretty hard to get at least one character up to the point where you can sell raids and get a decent amount of income daily just by playing. It's definitely possible, but you can definitely accelerate it if you have real money. The loot boxes are kind of lucrative, but they have a bunch of shit in them, and they rotate them out every month, so... They try to make it like items that are really expensive in the economy. They dump them in the loot boxes because the whales will spend a lot of money, and they'll put a lot more into the economy. Which is actually pretty cool when you think about it. The people who support the game the most with real money are actually, like, helping the economy. So most gacha games you can't trade. You can't trade anything, so... The only thing you're really doing when you wail on those kinds of games is you're just, like, helping yourself, but this game is set up in a way where if you can make a lot of money, usually like 50 to 60 million off one of generally put like high demand shit in there that everybody needs. Like right now, it's clone avatars. I wouldn't say service game balance in particular, it's mostly just gacha games. Gacha games are their own, like, sub-genre of service games. Mostly around character collection and stuff. The people that are complaining about Genshin don't seem to realize that it sucks when every character is meta. It sounds great, but the shit part of it is if you support the game with real money, you're getting screwed over every single time they add a new character. Definitely better to do it like Genshin does, where some like have like specific roles. Maybe they're good for certain kinds of content or bosses or whatever. Than have every character be broken. I experienced that firsthand with KOF All-Star. Power creeping the meta like literally every month. There's nothing to use them on, but it's a slap in the face to people like me that I invested a lot in that game because I played it for years. And like most of the shit I have on there is worthless. There's a couple characters that are still good. Most of them have been power crept so much that they serve no purpose. I find it odd that people are complaining that every character is not meta. That's a good thing. You don't want the meta to shift, like, literally every month. And there has to be content to actually use them on, too, like... That was what was driving people away from that game, too, is all these broken characters, and you could still easily... If you had just a couple of them lining out your roster, you could still clear, like, pretty much all the content in the game. The power creep characters made it easier, but you didn't really need all of them. He's got Rekkas? That's pretty cool. Alright, cool, got 65 today, so tomorrow should be 70. just got bored. I got bored. I wanted something else to play. I really only play Pinnacle. I don't play Pinnacle on the stream that much. I play PGR. I really don't play that game at home at all. I play it over at the kitty sitting job. I wanted a service game to play when I'm at home. I can stream with better qualities. My phone streams are admittedly potato quality. For a number of reasons, I don't really have a powerful phone, and also the upload speed over at my neighbor's house is not as good as here. We pay for fast internet here because my aunt and I both work from home, and we need enough bandwidth. We need enough bandwidth for the both of us, but over there, you know, they're not really heavy internet users. They watch stuff, you know, they watch videos and stuff, Netflix, things like that. That's really all they do. I wanted something to play that's not potato quality for you guys. I don't know how well the streams I do over there look, but I know for a fact they're way worse than at home. But I have pretty good stream quality. PGR and Pinnacle I've really only been playing a couple minutes a day anyway. At least this, even with the fatigue system, I can play it a lot longer. And the director that's working on this game is actually fixing all the stupid shit that's wrong with it. A lot of the RNG and the endless grind. I figured, why not? Kind of waiting on the PC port to play Pinnacle more. The emulator is not ideal. Frame rate craps out a lot. Just random bugs and stuff. The controller support doesn't work. It's actually legit better for me to play that game on the phone, but it overheats the phone so much. That's why I kind of like it. I haven't been playing it as much. I don't know when the PC port for that is supposed to happen, but I'm waiting for it before I really play it hardcore again, most likely. They update really slowly on that game anyway. Major updates like every few months. Alright, well, it's half an hour to reset, so I think I'm actually going to switch to Metroid. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to Metroid. There's no point in really playing the other character right now. This reset's going to happen. He's going to get a bunch of stock experience. Yeah, let's get off here for now. Play some Metroid. I shouldn't, as long as I can log in with the accounts that I made for their version of Google Play. I don't know, they haven't said anything about the PC version. I haven't heard anything about it recently, so I'm not entirely sure. Alright. It's gonna take me a little while to switch over here. Yeah, you guys can watch this. Watch some memes. Why are you just watching? Classic meme. Let me use the bathroom. I gotta pee. Pee and take my meds, so I'll be right back. I don't know how close I am to finishing. I actually think I'm over the halfway point. Here, you can watch this again. I'll be right back.
立花さん、なぜ見てるんです？立花さん、ほんで裏切ったんですか？あんたと俺は仲間じゃなかったんで。
Oh, hello, Gro. Yeah, that Kamen Rider scene is a very famous meme that transcends language barriers. Part of the meme is the fact that the actor for Kenzaki, he talks really weird. So, like, what he's saying in Japanese, he says it in, like, a really weird way, but then, like, the part that everybody can understand, even if they don't understand Japanese, is just the random dramatic zoom-ins on a character who's transformed. You know, you can't see his face, so it's like zooming in on his zooming in on him doesn't really make much sense because, you know, he's transformed. You can't see him. Definitely a high-quality meme. It's always really uncanny when Tokusatsu does that. They, like, zoom in on somebody while they're transformed, and there's no emotion in their face. Like, you can't see them. In recent years, they don't do that as much, though. They actually, like, cut to a shot where they show them inside. But back then, they didn't do that as much. you can watch it again while this loads. Watch it again. I can't hear it, but I hear him talking in his weird voice. Why are you just watching?
Uploading data.
This area, Frenia, appears to have been a sanctuary, but it was likely destroyed in the chaos following the X. They have turned it into a hive. I have recalled that the enemy in this area could see through terrain and stun targets with an electric shock. My sensors indicate this enemy has been reactivated. We can assume that Ravenbeak is behind this too. Make good use of the Phantom Cloak and you should have nothing to fear. Be careful, Samus.
Well, yeah, Samus was pretty much one of the first female protagonists in video games. It was a plot twist in the first game. But I mean, back then, that was like the mid-'80s, so a lot of video game characters didn't really have any personality. So it was a pretty big deal. Since then, she's kind of become an icon for like the strong female archetype, which is part of the reason why people didn't like Other M, because it kind of turned her into subservient towards a man, which kind of goes against the character. So that game had a lot of problems, but that was the thing that people hated about it the most. You take like the original you know, strong female archetype character, and you make her subservient to a guy. Not really sending a good message in it. Sending a very bad message. But that game had a lot of other problems besides that. Stupid stuff like having to be authorized to use your gear. People hated that too. Ah, you fucker. Other M was a mess. That's one of the only Metroid games I haven't finished. The problem with Samus is that she has the same problem that Link has. When they try to make her talk, it just makes the character not as good. You know, they made Link talk in the Zelda cartoon back in the 80s, and he was basically just like... basically like a womanizer. He wasn't like the you know, heroic archetype that he is in the actual games. The problem was Samus, when they made Samus talk, they made her talk way too much. It was very, very jarring. It went from like talking like maybe a paragraph in Super Metroid to Fusion, where she talks like constantly. It just didn't work very well. I think that Zelda cartoon is probably why they don't let Link talk anymore. Yeah, exactly. When they try to make Samus talk, it's always like it breaks a lot of the tone of the game. The whole thing about Metroid is supposed to be isolation. Isolation, being alone, having to, you know, get through planets and stuff by yourself. They tried that with Metroid Prime 3, too. They tried to, like, make more characters than Samus, but the problem was the Prime games are prequels, or they're like midquels. They're in between the other games, so... When I played through Prime 3, I had a really hard time caring about those characters, because they're not in the other ones. Like, they're obviously not gonna, like, remake all the old games to put those other bounty hunters in. Like, it was obvious they were all going to die. Like, there's no other logical outcome other than them dying. The problem with mutant protagonists is just how much graphical capabilities have advanced. That's the main issue. It was a lot easier to swallow when we were working with, like, basically just static sprites, you know, with like a couple cam animations. It worked better then, but then when things started getting realistic, it barely works anymore. You know, you can still play, like, Chrono Trigger and stuff. Because it's just sprites talking, they're just standing there. When you have characters that talk, and then your character doesn't. It just doesn't work. Neo 2 is a perfect example. Silent necklace angle just doesn't work in that game. Your character always looks like they're a stone or something, or like high. Kunoichi commits seppuku in front of you, and your character just kind of just watches. It looks like he's had too much to drink. In general, it just got a lot harder to do that kind of thing when graphics became realistic. And video game characters got a lot closer to looking like actual people. Actually having facial expressions and stuff. Need to find the counter attempt. That's where a lot of the damage is going to come from this fight, I think. I don't understand how you're supposed to dodge that attack. I think you're supposed to go behind it. No, the bosses in this game are actually a lot better than the other Metroid games. I think the bosses are one of the things this game did that's objectively better. It's not just spamming missiles in front of their face. You actually have to dodge the attacks. The attacks are dodgeable. They have patterns. The bosses in this are so much better than any of the bosses in the other games. I think they did a really good job with the bosses. There's definitely some things about this game that are a lot worse than the other ones. But I must be like halfway through the game. The bosses in this are so much better. Going behind doesn't work. This boss is not one of the better ones, though. Standard, annoying enemy that flies. That flies and wastes your time. I don't know how to dodge that, like, laser attack. Try something. I'm gonna... That doesn't work. I'm gonna see if he can go in the flow. No, that's not what they want you to do. This is definitely one of the worst bosses. I really like the warriors. They were pretty cool. I don't understand how you're supposed to dodge that. that. It homes in. I don't like this boss. Always gotta put an annoying flying boss in every video game. It's more fun when you fight something that can't fly. It doesn't just shoot projectiles. It's not giving me any counter prompts either. There's like no opportunity to counter. How are you supposed to dodge that attack and keep spamming it? It's like the only thing it's doing. Can you stop doing that attack, please? Like, how are you supposed to dodge that? I wish this game had health bars. You can dodge that attack just fine. It's that spam attack he does. You can't dodge it. They don't have any invincibility frames when you use the dash. You have none. There's no invincibility frames at all. I was excited when I got that dodge, but you just get hit during it. I don't know why it doesn't have invincibility. Makes it kind of useless outside of movement. How much health do you have? Just die. You're not fun to fight. Standard annoying flying enemy. Always the worst in every game. I can't dodge that. Like, what is that attack? It just keeps doing it over and over. Come on, stop doing that. Can you, like, not do that attack every 2 seconds? Just keep doing it non-stop. The couple bosses I've gotten, most of them have been pretty good. I think this one is the worst one so far. It's just obnoxious to fight. Running away and shooting. Flying. Not really doing anything interesting. I'm just gonna keep doing that attack over and over. I need to ban flying enemies from video games. Make them illegal. Always just awful to fight. I hate bosses like this. Yes, just keep spamming that homing attack constantly. Over and over and over. This boss sucks. Give it less health if it's just gonna keep shooting. There's no counter prompt, like, I don't get what I'm doing wrong. Why don't you just die, please? How many bullets can you take? Fuck this stupid boss. Why does there have to be an annoying bug enemy in every game? They're always like the worst bosses to fight. Give me another boss like the Warrior. That was a good fight. I really like that one. This sucks. Just annoying spam constantly. You only have 2 moves, and you just keep spamming them. Come on! do anything else. When do I get a chance to counter? The controls don't help either. Fuck this boss. No attack is unavoidable. That bullet spam it does sure as hell feels unavoidable. Nothing seems to work. There's no time to shoot it. That's the problem. Just constant spam. Fuck you. It's so hard to make, like, consistently good bosses. Not ones like this that just make you want to tear your hair out. Probably got like 15 billion health. There's no opportunity to hit it. It's just always shooting. Come on, die! I don't understand what I'm doing wrong with this boss. What am I supposed to do? It doesn't die. It's like how it tells you it's useful, but it's not useful. You don't have any invincibility during it. I've tried going through attacks with it constantly. This right here. It doesn't work. Fuck this boss. Look at that. I air dash through it, but you still get hit. How the fuck does it not have invincibility? I hate designing this boss. The rest of the bosses were so good. This is garbage. Just running away and spamming is never fun. And then it just like randomly turns invincible. It's just so stressful to fight. How much health can you possibly have? Come on, die! Like, how many bullets can you take? Boss is a piece of shit. I hate it. Die! Like, is there like a counter prompt or what? I don't have any opportunity to do big damage. It's just run away and spam constantly. Sucks. Shit boss fight. Fuck, there's another form after this too? Are you kidding me? Where's the counter? Definitely like when they give you a counter mechanic, but then it doesn't let you use it. Damn, some more, why don't you? Shit. ability to turn invincible. You're gonna make a boss like this, give like 3 hit points. Not 8,000. It's actually not that bad. Once I understood like what makes the shield go away, but still not really fun. That definitely was the worst boss so far, though. All the other ones have been pretty good. I'm actually pretty impressed with the boss quality in this game. Even that boss, as obnoxious as it was, it didn't have too much health. The thing about this game is it's trying to make good boss fights in a series that's very rarely had good boss fights. So, of course, not all of them are going to be good. That definitely was the worst one so far. The one underwater wasn't really that great either, but it was pretty easy to figure out. I think it only took me like a couple tries. I mean, it's always Kraid. Kraid puts up more of a fight in this than any other game he's been in. He usually dies like instantly. In this game, he actually puts up a fight. I think they did a great job with the Kraid fight. They took something that's always been pretty much a jump boss fight. I think they did a great job with that fight. Even though the way he dies, like, makes absolutely no sense. That was the only thing I didn't like about that fight, is how he died. He just kind of, like... He drowns in the lava, he was literally living it. Like, what sense does that make? The second part of the boss fight, he's standing in it. But then he just kind of sinks into it randomly. Really weird. Why don't you just make it explode or something? Put a vapor or something. It's like drowning in a kiddie pool. Might be up there, I need to go. Oh, well, 2 of them. This is gonna be a fight. I guess I'm on the right path. guys are pretty good fights. The only problem I have with this fight is they don't give you a counter opportunity sometimes. Sometimes they'll just keep shooting you. You can't get big damage off shooting them. They don't actually have a pattern. It's random what they do. Imagine a lot of speedruns are gonna die to these guys. Sometimes they'll just shoot at you non-stop. There's nothing you can do. You can't, like, manipulate their behavior. This one's probably almost dead. Should be a lot easier to manage now. Let's get him over here. Hitbox on that is really large. I think it's actually above his blade. I've got hit by that a lot. It seems like I dash, but the dash has no invincibility for whatever reason. It's not anywhere near as useful as they advertise it to be. A little bit weird that the combat in this game is a lot better. Boss fights are designed a lot better, but I have like no invincibility frames. A lot of times when he does that, the sparks will hit you. It seems like you clear the attack, but because you have no life range, you can anyway. It doesn't feel very good. This is what I'm talking about here. Sometimes they don't give you the counter. Yeah. Shit RNG. It does not want to give me the counter. I had a fight with one of those earlier today. I had a fight with one of these soldiers earlier today. And he didn't give me a counter opportunity for like, felt like 40 seconds or more. I think these guys are really good fights, but the fact that it's random when they give you a counter doesn't feel very fair. I wouldn't say the combat is faster, it's just that it's more involved. Combat in Metroid games is usually nothing. And I think that's why this game has some bad enemies and stuff. They're essentially trying to make the combat actually something worthwhile. One installment. In Super Metroid and Zero Mission, you can kill Kraid before he can even move. It's like a nothing boss fight. You get a couple missiles and you just kill him, he doesn't even get a chance to move. Combat in these games not really been a strong point. I think what's cool about this game is the difficulty of the fights and the speed of it. It makes collecting the items have more purpose. Collecting 100% in these games is usually just for completion. You really don't get much out of doing it. No counter. Missed that one. The hitbox on that attack is crazy. Look at that hitbox! I was above him. The hitbox is active, like... I would love to see a hitbox be active. A lot of times you clear that attack, and it's the combination of the jacked up hitbox and the lack of invincibility frames. This is a good fight, though. I like this. That was totally my fault. Shit, I really This is twice, nice. Oh, you're fine. You've been a good friend to me, too. Don't worry about it. You're good. You're good, buddy. Thanks for being my buddy, too. You're good. That's why you're a mod in here. You've been very reliable. I don't know how I had time to read that, but I did. Damn it, that would have killed him. Yeah, unfortunately, I already take on a lot of stress in my other job, so I try to help everybody, but sometimes I have to focus on myself. I bought this for myself. That was one of the only nice things I've done for myself. I'm always trying to help others. Take my breakdown yesterday as a wake-up call. That hitbox is legendary. It's like half the screen. It's like Virgil's normals in Marvel 3. Like, every button they put out, it covers like half the screen. That is one thing I'll criticize about this combat, the lack of invincibility frames. I think really hurts it. You're expected to dodge all this stuff, and you have no invincibility whatsoever. Pretty unfair sometimes. Obviously this is still doable, I'm dying to do it. It's really strange that none of the Aeon dashes you get have any invincibility frames whatsoever. I think that's my biggest criticism about this game's combat. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of jank in this game, but I think it all just comes from trying to make the game combat focused, more combat focused. Like, combat in these games is usually, not really difficult at all. Unless you're doing like a 1% run, in which case every encounter is hard at that point. What's the percentage of people that do that? Even most people that spam on these games don't bother with it because it's fun. Yeah, the only problem with that fight is the really jacked up hitboxes. And the fact that when they both shoot like that, you just don't really have tools to get around it. Obviously, the fights are still possible the way they are, but it does feel a little bit weird to have all this spam, all this projectile spam character that has literally no invincibility frames. One thing that's also really cool about this game's combat is the QTEs are not just canned animations. You can actually shoot missiles or you can charge your beam during them. Which is something I really appreciate, because I don't like when I just push a button in a video game and I end up just watching a little fight scene play out. I like when it's actually interactive. I think that's one thing this game does pretty well. The people that made this game, Mercury Steam, one of their first games was Castlevania Mirror of Fate. That game has like minute-long QTEs. It's like laughable how bad they are. It's cool that they actually seem to be improving quite a bit. Like, if your QTE is that long, you might as well just make the damn fight cutscene at that point. I'm actually very impressed that when you get like counters and stuff, you have to actually sometimes you have to counter more than once, and other times you have to the only way you get damage off, you don't get damage off the punch, you get it off the you get it off using your ammo while you're in the animation. Yeah, that's why a lot of people were apprehensive that they were making this, because the past games were pretty bad. I can tell that these guys are very passionate. It's just they had a rocky start. This game is pretty good. There's some very jarring things it doesn't have, like very glaring flaws, but I think this is a pretty solid game, all things considered. Boss fights are actually designed, they will kill you, but most of them don't have too much health. There are ways to kill them quickly, which in my opinion is a good boss fight. It's not a good boss fight when they have like 8 trillion health, and you're just doing the same thing for a really long time. It's actually a lot better than that. You know, they don't have much health, they can't take much punishment, but you can kill them in like a minute or less. Those are the kind of boss fights I really like. Not just the only way we had to make this challenging was just giving them 10 billion health. that's just a common video game problem. That kind of difficulty is not really engaging to me. I don't play that many games on hard mode because that's generally what they devolve to. It's just, okay, we change the digits on their health, and that's literally the only thing they do. That doesn't really interest me at all. Let's see if there's anything back here. Oh, I don't know where to go from this point. Waiting for Corrupted for like 15 years. It really does seem like they're close to finishing, though. It actually does seem like they're getting close to finishing that game. Especially since he actually started taking help for it. It's more than just him working on it. I think he was like a solo dev on that game for like years, but I think like the past 2-3 years there's been I guess just people that like watch his streams and shit are helping him. Pretty sure he's tired of it. Yeah, you can't even call that game vaporware. It's just like it has the trappings of being an indie game. You know, it's not like a commercial product. You know, obviously, if you're working on a professional product, they're not going to let you work on it for like 15 years. The amount of money it would cost to keep working on the game would be like so much. That's the problem with a lot of indie games, though. They're in like early access forever. Or if it's a fan game, they just keep adding stuff to it instead of just finishing it and adding onto it later. That game is so old, you actually have to port it to a different engine. Because it was in like, I think it was in Adobe Air or something, or Flash, and they killed off Flash, so you had to port everything to a new engine. I would like to see Capcom just pick up that game. I really think they should. They haven't done jack shit with Mega Man X in a long time. Besides the collection. I don't think they'll see it in the end. I really don't think they will. If they do, it'll be like AM2R, where they do it after a couple days. Basically, it'll be all over the internet at that point. Like, it won't even matter that it's cease and desisted. They still make patches for AM2R. They still make patches for that game. A game that got CMD'd within like the first like 3 days of being on the internet. It still gets patches. original developer doesn't work on it anymore. He got hired at Moon Studios. But I guess other people that played it, they have programming knowledge. They know how to work with the engine, so they still add stuff to it. Of where I should be going. I'm guessing I could try to get over there. I want to give it a little bit longer before I have a bit of walkthrough. There's a fusion beam block over there. Actually, there's something up there. Let's go up there. I've really only looked at hints. I haven't looked at any walkthroughs. That's a power bomb tank. I think this is pretty sure that's a power bomb tank. I know you can't get early power bombs in this game. If you try to, it tells you you can't use it. Because apparently, I guess it's like one of the last things you get. If they let you get the power bomb tank, then you can basically just beat the game. Which is pretty much how it was in Zero Mission 2. Zero Mission power bomb is like the last thing that you get. It's really just for, just to gate the final boss and for exploration. Yeah, it's power bomb tank. Box right there. Alright, I must be somewhat near power bombs. Actually, no, I'm not. I heard it. It gates the boss. Is there anything useful in here at all? I think I'm somewhere I'm not supposed to be. I didn't sequence break, obviously, but those power bomb blocks were pretty me. Go through here one more time. I do like how collecting items has more purpose in the game. There wasn't really anything in the older games that required getting all this stuff. It actually feels more rewarding exploring this older games. There wasn't really anything worth. It was fun to do, especially with like stuff. I'm drawing a blank here. I don't know where to go. I found some things over here. There's a teleportal down there, but you need the gravity suit, quite obviously. I guess I'll just go up here. Closest portal I can get to. Yeah, this is power bomb. Very obviously, that's the power bomb tank. I don't really have any other large areas where I could use the space jump. That's kind of why I'm stumped right now. I don't think there's anything in here I can really do, so I'm gonna get up here. Get up here and go around. One thing I don't like about this game is they took out like any hints whatsoever. You don't really have a hint system in this, so you can get frustrated. You need to have pretty good memory, like what you were gated by earlier. You have to remember how to get all the way back there. The fast travel is decent in this game, but it's still a lot of backtracking, especially since Speed Booster in this game doesn't feel good to use at all. The controls to use it are awful. The controls in this game are a mixed bag. I think the controls and the music are the worst things about this game. The music is just kind of there. It doesn't even feel ambient, it just feels empty. I think they got some new people to do the music, and unfortunately they just can't, I don't know, it doesn't really give me the atmosphere the old games had, it's just kind of noise. Nothing as memorable as any of the stuff in like Zero or Super or Fusion. No, Fusion kind of had that problem too. Alright, I've harvested that area. It's gotta be in one of the other regions. There's nothing at all. Alright, what is there in here to harvest? It's just an E-tank there. There's some potential over here. I think that's really the only thing I see in here that could lead to progression. There's a lot unexplored in here. Next major thing I need is gravity suit. I really don't understand why they made activating the speed booster so complicated in a game that already has really complicated controls. Really questionable design decision. You have to hold L3 down to use the analogs, to use the speed booster, which is needlessly complicated in a game that already has that Devil May Cry problem of like the controls aren't bad, but they feel like they aren't designed for humans. This game really does have the same problem, the controls anyway, the same problem that Devil May Cry games have. It's just hand-cramped city, and doing some actions is like way more complicated than it should be. Like, there was nothing wrong with it just being you run a certain distance and then the speed booster automatically activates. The fact that you have to hold it down, it makes me never use it. Yeah, I don't understand why it's designed the way it is. The controls in this game aren't bad, but it definitely does feel a lot like playing DMC. It's like, why can't I just push one button to do this action? Why do I have to do, like, four simultaneous button presses to, like, just, like, aim a missile? Like, we kind of had that figured out back in Fusion, the last game. The controls are getting a lot of flack, and I think this game definitely deserves it. I legit can't imagine playing this game if I had any kind of physical hand disability. It would basically be impossible. I think accessibility-wise, this game is pretty bad. The game itself is good, but my hands kind of hurt playing it. It definitely does have DMC control syndrome. This game seems to be selling pretty well. I'm sure they'll probably do a couple polish patches or something. It's just I don't really feel like it even really needs to be patched. It's like it should have been like that in the first place. That doesn't really do anything for me. Power bomb tank right there. You can't press it by accident, it's just really awkward. It overcomplicates something that's been really easy to perform for like almost 30 years. I don't know why the hell they changed it. One thing about game design I've learned, obviously not from making a game myself, but just from playing games for so long, is sometimes things are the way they are for a reason. And when you try to change it without any, like, meaningful reason, it makes things worse. Like changing the speed booster, it's so uncomfortable to use. It's very unwieldy. I don't really understand why it was changed. I probably won't bother doing any Shine Spark puzzles in this, because it's so much worse to use. Shine Spark puzzles are fun, too. Just not in this game. I can't go in there. Oh. Which one? These ass o'clock streams? It's almost 3 in the morning over here. I'm actually gonna stop soon. I'm getting pretty tired. Well, I've gotten this far. I've barely taken any hits. But I'm definitely drawing a blank right now. I don't know like what it is I could be missing. There doesn't seem to be anything in here either. I'm gonna go over to this region and see. Give it a little bit longer before I look for a hit. That's like two out of like all the regions I've been in. There's nothing in there. A couple items, that's it. Is there anything to harvest in here before I... It's actually this whole area down here, but I think most of it is too cold. Can't go in there. Alright, I'm gonna try going down here, and if I don't find anything, then I think I'm just gonna stop for tonight. I actually made a lot of progress in this tonight. Probably next time I stream this, probably be able to finish it. I don't think there's much more left. Yeah, I'll see you later. Thanks for stopping by. I'm not going to be on much longer. I'm going to try to harvest down here, and if I don't find anything, I think I'm just going to go to bed. Alright, that actually looks like that has promise. I wonder if I can get up there. Let's try that first. Thermal flow is all changed. Can't get up there. I have an idea. I might be able to go over here. There we go. Alright. Hopefully this is not just random stuff. Alright, so I have to go back now. Looks like choosing to harvest this area was good choice. We'll see though. Might lead to a cold area. She can't go in there. Feeling the gravity suit is next. Usually in Metroid games they put really annoying water shit. Make you suffer through it, and then they give you the gravity suit. I can't get back up, so I'm going to assume the next boss is going to give it to me. That's going to open up a lot of the map. Well, I'll catch you later. Thanks for stopping by as usual. Alright. Save room tells me a boss is coming next. point of that? I'm in the same damn room. I can't get anywhere. Let me turn on the sensor. Speed booster. Alright, gravity suit is definitely in here. There's speed booster blocks there. I have like one idea. I don't know if the grapple beam will actually reach that far. You gotta go. Oh, it does. Alright. I'm tired of the water. I hate water levels and everything. So fucking annoying, those bugs wouldn't get out of the way. Water levels are garbo. It's the worst part of any video game. I know the gravity suit's coming though, because there was speed booster blocks a couple rooms back. Am I missing something, or do I have to go all the way around? to bet this is it. I don't see what else it could be. Yep. The suffering is over. Okay, finally. Jeez. Definitely the longest water levels in any Metroid. It really make you struggle for a long time. Alright, so that opens up pretty much most of the game. All the cold areas, anything that requires platforming, all of that is open up now. So I think I'm gonna grab a save point and stop for tonight. It's like 3 in the morning. And you can speed booster, you can power bomb. I guess the best thing to do is just go up. I think this area is pretty harvested. I don't think I missed anything. Let's see, what does this require? Power bombs? Speed booster. I think I can do that. I gotta go navigation first.
Uploading data.
The X have spread across the entire planet, as there is another problem you may have noticed. I cannot say for certain if the X are to blame, but the drop in temperature is indisputable. The gravity suit should keep.
Alright, that's a good stopping point. Very good progress tonight. I'm gonna try to get that missile tank though. I'll explore the missiles later. Out of it. How do you get out of somersault in this game? Might have to do that. Let's try to get that. Actually, I think from there, if I do a diagonal one, assuming you can still do diagonal shine sparks. Sucks to use in this game. It's awful. I hate the controls. It has to be from this side. Fucking is making this so annoying. I don't want to go there yet. Basically, the majority of the game is open now. Next time I play this, I should make some good progress. Shine Spark is balls in this game. Alright, well, I'm gonna stop there. Thanks for watching. It's 3 in the morning. Might be able to finish this game later today. I don't know how much of it I'll stream. So I'll probably play a lot of this at my other job. This game's kind of the bandwagon game right now anyway. Everybody and their cat is streaming it because it's a pretty big deal. There's a new 2D Metroid after 19 years. They have not continued the story of Metroid since 2002, so everybody wants to play this. I don't feel too bad about not sharing all of it with you guys because lots of people have been streaming it. You know, if you wanted to just watch this game in its entirety, you've had no drought of options. I'll try to stream a bit as much of it as I can, but I'm also playing DFO during these house streams too, so I'll try to find time for both. I really don't think there's that much of the game left. Generally, when you get Gravity Suit in a Metroid game, you're like past the halfway point. There's a lot of water in this game. There's a ton of water, like more than any of the other games. Just getting the Gravity Suit right now opened up a lot. So from this point, it's probably just finding the right areas. There's only 2 Emmys left too. Uh, I'm not sure what powers they give, but they're the only 2 ones left. I've killed 5 out of 7, and I'm getting pretty close to the surface. So probably next stream. I will see you guys. Maybe I'll do another one of these after lunch. I'll see if I feel like it. Try to finish this so I can watch speedruns and shit. So I haven't watched anything past Kraid. Playing the game pretty much completely blind. Because I played the shit out of Fusion when I was in high school. I really want to enjoy this game without spoiling the entire thing. Let's see, maybe I can send you guys somewhere on Twitch. Let's see who's on right now. Maybe Pang's on. Pang or Nezumi. Oh, Pang is on. He actually just logged on half hour ago. So I'll send you guys over there. He's like the best DMC player on Twitch. Best style player. The DMC games have the high-level speedrunners. They have the style players. He's one of the best style players. So I'm going to go ahead and watch him and go ahead and crash. Probably after lunch, before or after lunch, I'll probably do this again. I'll do some DFO, and then I'll combo it into Dread. I want to try to finish that game today. I really think I should be able to finish it today. Because now there's almost no progression blockers left. Just like some of the gimmick upgrades, but the fact that I have the Gravity Suit, the game has a lot of water and extreme temperature areas, and all of that is opened up now, so I think the rest of the game is going to go a lot faster. Go ahead and check out Pang. He's Korean, but he does speak. He speaks pretty good English. You can go ahead in there and say hi. Good nighttime stream.